My advice, quit talking, it's over. Wanna battle? Wanna battle? Wanna battle? Don't make me embarrass you in front of your so-called peers.
It's a battle.
Real talk, blood money, fucking semi-finals, we in the Gauntlet division, first battle of the day. Keep it down, we're gonna get the battles going, that's what we're all here for, to enjoy. On the right hand side, make some noise to my man Often. Yeah. On the left hand side, we got Lurks. Yeah. Alright, we did the flip. Lurks is first, let's go.
Alright. So Often has a Sydney rapper tag. At 362 views, it's quite well known. It has one comment: this kid looks like he has Down syndrome. And if you don't believe me, go look it up on YouTube, because what I say is the truth. I mean, that view count and one comment pretty much sums up what it's like to be you. And you keep raving on about how much you've improved, like you're already the best. But what you don't get is you just went from very shit to slightly less. And this inbred keeps raving on about it like a diva. What a princess. Seriously, Keith, you ain't never gonna be safe. I mean, you should just quit now to save face. I mean, don't you get it, mate? You're on a treadmill. It may seem like you're moving forward, but in actuality, you're staying in the same place. You're pathetic. I'm a reverend ascending to states elevate. I stay relevant like crucial evidence. I am the president. You're just a precedent and late to the show like David Letterman. So take your medicine while I take shots of adrenaline mixed with heroin, mescaline, and the whole room will hear the resonance when I shut you the fuck up. Because you have a big mouth, like a pelican. I ain't messing. You don't deserve mention. You're unoriginal with every sentence. You're just too plain like 9/11.
I won't mention how he eats dogs and claims it is a Mongolian dish. Because that makes me angry. Don't make me turn to the Hulk in this bitch, because I'll take away the pulse on this nip. You'll see me black out his light round like a solar eclipse. How can he claim to be an artist though, when you have no tracks and your material's more cheaper than Target clothes? I'll leave him in a casket, closed, when I carve your throat like what the Spartans did to the guards in Rome. Now start to focus. No emotion on my face. Like playing cards of poker. This is a Malaysian midget with a lisp compared to Master Yoda. I'm sunning this yellow skin. Bard and Homer. This is our special delivery. I put Lurk's name on a card like chauffeurs. I'll leave all of Vietnam grieving. You won't last the coma. When all he sees is darkness. Like the Yas of Oprah. I can adapt. I can adapt, but counter-react to what he has, then I'll aim and shoot. Put a silver round in his mouth like he's tasting soup. I see a plane in the sky. Do I have confirmation to shoot? When Often reports live, this Malaysian's lines go missing, but it won't be making the news. Now you have some stage presence, Lurks, but I'm calling him out, because I see through your lies and the topics that you're talking about. My material has the most highest of potency. I never water it down just for the crowd to understand so they can applaud it and shout, because that's not me. I'd rather cut your stomach open with a blade, watch your organs come out. Have him begging to go home like a child in an orphanage house. Time.
So he said he won't mention how I eat dogs. Bet you did, so I can only condemn your view. I'd like to admit that what you say is partially true. I eat dogs, but only fucking mongrels like you. So on Facebook, often said, I'm gonna get aggressive either before the battle or after. And I really hope that shit was said in jest, because there's no way you could ever test with that abnormal body and skinny head. If you swung, you wouldn't make a dent and break your arm in the process, and somehow also both your legs. I mean, seriously, take a crack and you'll get smashed. It'll be a disaster. You can do the math. Seriously, often you are not safe. I bring heat like a hot day. You have a long face that looks concave, and often don't know what time it is, so I think I need these two hands to show him like a clock face. Yeah, and you can't contest this conquest. I move bills like Congress. I've come to collect, so just confess you don't have the concepts, because you just can't connect the dots yet. I mean, seriously, you are skinny as shit. I didn't even know someone this skinny could even exist. If I had a gun right now, I would probably miss. And if I swung a punch, I wouldn't even know if it hit. But I'm well equipped. And I'm well equipped. I'll have you under fire like the Gaza Strip. You ain't even worth battling because you whack as shit. But luckily, unlike Jesus, I can generate a lot from little fish. Time.
He's such a pussy, he's a lesbian bitch. And the faggot can't freestyle, so he rocks up to the event using premeditated flips. Real talk. You have a lisp when you talk. Here's another ignorant call. Every time when I've been visiting porn, it's led me to believe that my dick is bigger than yours. Often's a boss like that Hugo dude. Square off and get twisted. A Rubik's Cube. These lines waste that ass. Sumo suit. Play games with your mind puzzle. Sudoku you. I'll turn a bitch to an angel. Lucy Lube. You must be kidding me. How's he one of the best in the league when all he has is basic multis and no punches, irrelevant schemes? Your talent's more thinner than an anorexic, it seems. And outside of this small circle, no one respects what you speak, because you're a bitch with bars, like a chicken Wentworth. When I write, I'll put Lurks in a box, like an internet search. I will get my middle in my index then curve and start to finger until your sister will squirt. Then I'll kick her out of my house, tell her go back to the sweatshop, go stitch me a shirt. I spit ether, plus I listen to Jigger. So this will be really hard to take, Lurks, like getting kicked in the liver. He has a childish flow, so just like Moses, I'll leave this kid in the river. He's been given life, but I'm here to take it back like an Indian giver. I pay for extortion and bribes. You pay to mail order a bride. I breach bail, I go to court to get fined. You spear whales and you slaughter their lives. I've had near-death experiences, I live a fortunate life. You break open cookies and look for fortune inside.
Alright. I'm a soldier rhymes. These texts will see checks if I mold them right. Your life, you better hold it tight, cause if you cross the line with the whack shit you write, I'll X you out like a bowling strike. And often thinks he can test. This faggot deserves no respect. I mean, all he does is play with balls. That's why they call him Messi in bed. And Oxide already called you out for stealing bars, so it ain't too far-fetched. I mean, you should just face it. You're a biter, like Suarez. I don't even think I've heard this cunt spit an original bar yet. And you know what makes him sadder? In his battles, he stands like this. There's only one who stands like that. Uno. So not only do you steal their bars, you steal their swagger. I mean, you take your bars from the West, and that's some whack shit, but we're in Australia, so there's no 9 for you to clap, bitch. It just makes it easier for me to reach at your head and grab it and snap back, and snap back, and snap back. That's 3 times I snap back, call it a hat trick. Yeah! Don't you get it? I'm raw. I'm raw. You're poor. They say I get bigger with every battle while you're still small, and the reason behind that is because you've never actually caught a real fucking body before. You think you're good? You're not. You're just being shot. Time.
Nice! I was going to say World Cup bars.
I don't know why people respect you when you're pathetic at best. I'll put your mouth on the curb, but stomp your head on the steps. My pen connects more times than what a diabetic injects. Plus I'm more potent than the meth Amy Winehouse injects in her flesh. This joker will get affected from the same nightmares of Heath Ledger that led to his death. Try test me. My faith goes missing like a nun having sex in a bed. I'm fucking this bitch so bad she has no estrogen left. This is perfection at best when every sentence connects. I'll ensure his life when I cross the box out like a medical test. I'll leave him lying dead. I'm Simba avenging a death. Lurks will find it hard getting his words across, like a dyslexic sending a text. When I squirt, Lurks will start shaking like when epilepsy affects. Plus I got lines like Scorpio that connect to his chest. Get over here. I pull him in, and start to sever off his head from his neck, so he looks like a rape victim in counselling. This session's intense. It's like a Japanese tsunami. It's getting in depth. And since there's no speak no English, I'll put the metal to head and let him reshape his skull like origami. I have no intent to respect. My bullets like pilgrims. I'm relentless with threats. And I have 2 more bars before these sentences end. I just put Lurks in a bag. And rest in peace to the fallen soldiers, lest we forget. Actually, no, I got more bars. Previously on Real Talk. How's this for a physical threat? This nip will get hit with my left. Crazy. Like hijacking a Syrian jet and driving into the fence of a prison defense. Or pat with a knife, stick a ship in his neck, but leave incisions with flesh, then watch his neck bleeding slowly while his heart stops a beat in his chest. 2 more bars. Look at this faggot in a jacket. This comes to disgrace. Oi, Shads, I'm feeling confident too, brother. So cut some of your hair off and it can get rubbed in his face. Time.
This Tom makes some noise for that battle. Very nice way to kick off the day. The judges gave it unanimously to Often.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Often, like my Facebook page Often, and my best mate Chris for coming down.
Lurks, follow me on Facebook, Lurks MC.
What up, it's your boy Ryan Form. Just watched Often versus Lurks. That was a sick battle, very high quality for the gauntlet. Big fan of Lurks, and fucking that flip was huge, even though, as Often said, it probably was a little bit of premeditation there. But at the end of the day, just on presence and raw content that was put into it, I got to give it to Often, 14-12.
Yep, it's Real Talk Gauntlet. We're at the Blood Money semi-finals. Just watched Lurks versus Often. That was fucking dope. Often came out swinging in the first round. He got that, in my opinion. The second round was close. I think Lurks edged it on the strength of that flip because that was fucking mad. Even if it was premeditated, it was dope anyway. And I'll give the third just to Often. Both of them fell off a bit at the end there, but I think overall Often wins. So yeah, he gets it.
Yo, what's up? Case 1. Just judged fucking Often and Lurks. It's a pretty sick battle. First 2 rounds, give 1 each. Third round, it sort of dropped off a little bit, but Often was a little bit more stronger. It was a pretty sick battle, but in the end I give it to Often 2-1.